It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all, and welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this absolutely invigorating, robust lifestyle show. I would like to take a moment and thank each one of our listeners that have tuned in live and the ones that will be listening to the podcast. I am just so very grateful for each one of you listeners. And you are all in for a very, very special show today, as I have with me my monthly returning diva, Beth Lauren Parrish, and her and I are going to speak about visualize with clarity. Oh my, is this going to be interesting and fun? Beth, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners today?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joyce. My name is Beth Lauren Parrish, and I have the business Inspired Riding. I'm a certified riding instructor, remote coach, and rapid transformational therapy practitioner, which is a unique form of hypnotherapy. I'm able to encourage equestrians to slow down, really trust their intuition, and listen to their horses on a deeper level so they can all have the most wonderful co-creative dances together.
Oh, I love it. I love it. To slow down and listen to your horses and have a co-creative dance. That just touches my heart to start the show. I love it. Well, you are so welcome, Beth. And Beth, as we go into talking about visualize with clarity, how would you like to start out and open up the show for our listeners today?
Well, I'd like to start with a little story I heard years ago that really solidified the idea that visualization is powerful. Now, I used to do it in all sorts of different athletics, not just with riding, but also with golf. And I would notice, like, if I had visualized the shot right before I'd do my swing, it would have usually 90% success rate. Whereas if I didn't visualize, I'd never know where the ball would go, So there was an actual study done with groups of basketball players. So I'll give you the short version. There was 3 groups. One group did not practice. One group did practice physically, and another group just visualized. And they were working on the 3-point shoot. And so the ones who did not practice did not improve at all. The ones who physically practiced improved, I believe, by 24%. The ones who visualized improved by 23%. So it was like basically a 1% difference just by visualizing. And when I read that, I was like, okay, there's really something to this. It was a really neat study. I might not have gotten the statistics exactly right, but that's the main idea of it. So what was really cool is I started thinking about especially when I was writing my book, Your Horse Believes in You, I started thinking about how it got started. And as a child, I used to love, with all my friends, we were, of course, called the barn rats. That's what a lot of those little kids were in the barn and got dropped off by their parents and forgotten about, which was great because we loved just being there forever. So after our riding lessons, we'd go out and we'd pretend we were horses jumping over the jumps. And what I realized is I was visualizing that I was the horse jumping the jump. So then when I'd actually get on the horse, I'd have that visceral feeling and that practice of being a horse in my mind. And so that, I believe, is what made the horses, especially the ones that were on the lazier side, my trainers would look at me and go, how do you get them so motivated? And I would just kind of shrug, like, I don't know, I'm just excited. But they actually were tuning into the images in my mind and the feelings I had, and we connected on that telepathic level simply by me practicing in my mind and physically feeling jumping over a jump as if I was a horse and, like, practicing my timing. So it was a lot of, like, really dedicated, focused practice because my friends and I would be really detailed. We'd even, like, judge each other, like, oh, you should have gotten that many strides in between that line, like without the horse. We were just really silly, but it was fun, and it was a great challenge, So I just needed to share that because I'm sure a lot of people did that as children and didn't realize that it really helps your riding. Like, it's amazing. So if you're feeling silly, and actually one of my clients suggested that we do this in my Inspired Riders group on Facebook, maybe create a challenge of horseless riding, and we run around the arena and film each other and see if everyone's feeling brave to share that, because I really do think it makes a difference. So not only are you visualizing it in your mind, you're actually moving with the movement. And I think that makes a big difference, like creating that action along with the visualization. That's what creates more clarity, too.
Yes. Oh, I totally agree with you, because if you visualize how it's going to be and the positives of what's going to happen, it makes everything totally different. No matter what situation you're looking at in life, it's just totally different, because you are focusing on the positives of how the outcome is going to be. And it's amazing what that visualization does. I totally agree with you. I've experienced it numerous times.
It's amazing. So speaking of experiences, I'd love to hear. I recently did that 10-day visualization experience on YouTube. I'd love to hear how it went for you. Like, what was your favorite parts about it?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I loved all of it, is how I would say. It was totally amazing, because they were short little videos, and you just sat down. I would sit down and listen to them in a quiet place, and I just visualized and connected with my horses. I could be it was usually at night in the house, and I would visualize with my horses, and I'd tell them whichever one would like to come to me tonight and experience this visualization in this ride, you're the one that will come. And they did. It was just absolutely incredible. I mean, I have 3 horses. Sometimes all 3 of them would come into my vision and like, okay, we're all here and we're all going to do this. And it was like they took me into another world of how beautiful it is with them. And they were they were so receptive and always thinking about me, and it was incredible. That was one of the most beautiful experiences I have had in a long time in doing not really a class, but it was getting involved in something like that, because it was each individual person could listen to it on their own time, and that's what was nice too. It was absolutely incredible, the experiences I had with my horses. One of my horses came and he said, I've always wanted to ride on the beach. So him and I went for a ride on the beach, and it was just magnificent how he was. And another one, my older horse, said, I'm going to take you back in time to when I was 6 years old, and we're going to run, and we're going to ride. And I'm going to try not to get tears, because it was absolutely beautiful how they came to me. And my mare, she came and she said, her and I love to go on moonlight rides, and I never knew how much she loved it until I visualized this. And she came to me and she said, we're going on a moonlight ride. I have the landscape all scoped out. I know where it's safe. There's no holes. There's no anything. We're going to lope across these beautiful meadows in the moonlight. And oh my word, I'm getting chills just talking about it, because they were just absolutely beautiful how the horses came to me and let me know what they wanted to experience with me. I absolutely loved it. It was a fabulous visualization, 10-day videos. I absolutely loved it. I thank you so much for it, Beth.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing your experience. And yeah, I think that moment of inviting your horse to show you what they'd like to do, that I think sounds like your favorite one. It's so incredibly magical, because they will surprise you. And that was so cool I especially like how your mare is prefacing it, like, there's no holes, we'll be fine, you're safe, let's just go enjoy. That's so awesome, because it's like she understands that the monkey mind of the human gets really freaked out sometimes. So she's like, listen, we're going to do it and enjoy it. That's amazing. I love that you got that much clarity and detail from them. And that's huge. So well done.
Oh. Well, thank you. Thank you. I was loving every minute of it. Yeah. Like I said, I had my big bay horse. He's a pretty good sized boy, and it was so awesome when we rode on the beach, because then we would lay down in the sand and he would stay laying there until I got on him, and then he'd very carefully get up. So he was like, okay, and they were always asking me, are you okay? Are you all right? It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I would tell anybody, whenever you offer that again, that it is an experience that will it opens up your eyes to so much, and your heart to what your horses are thinking and feeling. It is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Joyce. And to all the listeners, the Beautiful Surprises is available anytime now. I've made it available to anyone who wants to sign up. So all you have to do is go to inspiredriding.com and look on the menu, and you'll see free resources. And you'll see, just click the button to the 10-day experience, and then you'll get an email each day with a link to the video.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's incredible, Beth. That is so generous of you, and so thoughtful to help people to experience what it's like to visualize with their horse, because it is a beautiful, beautiful experience, believe me.
It truly is. Thank you for sharing that. And then I can explain a little bit more if you don't have time to do that, or you're not quite convinced yet. There's different levels of visualization that I like to present. Like, I just set this up in my private group, the Inspired Riding Connection, and so each month we have a theme. So I obviously chose visualizing with clarity as the theme for this month, so hence why we're talking about it in the podcast too. But I like for people to experiment, so I don't want them to just think this is the only way to do it. So I presented 3 different options. I said, try visualizing just like you're watching a movie, so you're a little bit more on the passive level in that way. Mm-hmm. And then next level would be a perspective from yourself, so you're kind of seeing it and feeling it, starting to get a little more active. And then the next level with your imagination is to imagine it from your horse's perspective. So you're actually going to imagine you are the horse and notice what you see and what you feel. So that's really fun to kind of play with those 3 different visualizations. And notice what works best for you. Like, some days you might think, okay, it's just better for me, just look at it like a movie. Other times, like, no, it's just me. I just need to see how it would look like for me. Or, wow, my horse really had a really cool perspective on this. He's telling me I need to sit back a little bit and breathe more, It's like all these little details that you might not have come up with, that you can just literally just sit on your chair in your house and play with it and see what comes up for you. So it's really fun to experiment. And you can use it as a ritual before you go see your horse, and just take a few minutes to imagine the flow of your time together. Especially you can emphasize the end result, and then thank your horse for an amazing time, and cultivate that feeling of appreciation and satisfaction of a wonderful session together. So when you begin to do that and act as if it's already happened, you're setting yourself up for success even more. And then your horse can sense that from you. Like, you're already coming out with this gorgeous sense of, like, appreciation and confidence. It's really fun. So then the next level is you do this visualization while you're actually working with your horse, either on the ground or riding. And you just take a moment to imagine how it would look, how it would feel, how it would sound, how it would even smell. And think about, what are the things you want to add to it. Do you want to add an element of ease and flow, allowing your horse to soften and relax into a perfect cadence at the walk? Or perhaps you want to add some intense power to create more impulsion for some jumping or some barrel racing. Or maybe you just want to focus on the most relaxed and soft trot you've ever had in your life. It feels like you're riding a cloud floating along in perfect harmony. So you can really start simple with these visualizations, and maybe just start with while you're not in motion, either sitting on them at the halt or just standing next to them. And you can imagine a very simple transition from walk to halt and completely initiate it from your thought, then your breath, and then with your body. And then as you get more advanced, you can do it while you're moving. So this is what I call riding into your future. So you're either walking on the ground next to your horse or you're riding at the walk or at the trot, and you're looking ahead and you're imagining you and your horse just a few strides ahead. And that's your riding into the future. So the more clear you are about what you'd like to happen next with your horse in those few strides ahead, then your horse can sense this clarity from you, the more you can relax into the moment together, knowing that you're thinking and acting in harmony. So your mind and your heart and your body are all working together. And then the next level, which I encourage all of my inspired riders to do, is to add the element of asking your horse if they're actually ready to do that thing that you're visualizing. So you're not just expecting it, you're inviting them. And this all can happen actually really quickly. So you think it, you breathe, confirm that your body's up for it, and I have the tools for that. That's called, dialing in your inner compass. So once you confirm your body's up for whatever it is that you're visualizing, then you ask your horse if they're ready. You just send them that image, that feeling. And this helps get you really clear about your visualization as you think of the picture in your mind and then send that idea to your horse. And then you can even say it out loud to them. Hey, I'd like to pick up the canter at A and do a full 20-meter circle, then halt. Are you ready? And then notice what your horse does. If they soften and breathe out and then feel as if their engine is at the ready to go, then you can proceed. But if you feel like there's any kind of resistance in any way, just get curious and offer another thought for them or just dial it back. So it becomes this beautiful dance. It's like a moving puzzle, the way I look at it. And then you'll become more able to notice that the more you do this, your horse is actually going to start sending you images and feelings of what they'd like to do next. So very much what you were just talking about. And that's one of the coolest feelings. So while you're riding, you start to get this sense, I think my horse wants to do this. So Bentley, my horse that passed on, the Oldenburg Thoroughbred, he was very much a high-powered competition horse. And he would send me images of like, okay, down the next diagonal line, I want to do a trot lengthening. And I'm like, okay, dude. And I would just go around the corner and then let loose. And then poof, it would just feel so magical. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. So it's like when you do that, you're unlocking the most precious gifts because you're listening to them, they're listening to you, and it's like you've opened up the next level on a complicated video game, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's something I would just talked a lot quickly, but that's pretty much the next level of it. And then you find a compromise. You invite them to do things, and then you feel them invite you to do things, and then that's where the co-creative dance really begins. It's so fun. Yep.
Oh, I loved all of that. I just loved that. That was incredible because I love how you started out by thanking your horse. They appreciate your gratitude as much as humans do. When you say thank you to them, they understand that. They know you appreciate what they have done. Even if it's something small. I mean, I turn my horses out in a turnout area, and then at night I bring them back up into their stalls. And two of them I just let go, and they go right to their stalls. And every night they go in there, I just say, thank you for going right into your stall. And it's just that little verbiage that you can give to them and even loving on them and showing that you are thankful and grateful, or when they've done something that you appreciate. And mine walked out of his pen this morning before I had him fed, and I just walked him back in and said, thanks for coming back in. It wasn't making a big deal that he walked out. It was thanking him for coming back in. And to me, it's just taking that positive and making it happen. And I love how you started of showing gratitude towards them because they appreciate it so much. That was one of the things, and I mean, I loved everything you said. I loved the thought, breathe in your body. That is so true. Oh my goodness, how true that is.
Thank you. I'm glad that made sense. And then I was going to say, your horses really will feel the difference when you practice these little visualizations. So not only do they feel the appreciation, but they feel that you've been practicing and playing with the images in your mind. And then they can sense that clarity and creativeness from you, and it becomes so much more fun. But I was going to ask, do you want me to do a few minutes of a visualization with you and the listeners?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be fun. Yes.
Okay, cool. Was there anything else you wanted to add before we begin?
No, that sounds great. I love it.
Okay, cool. So just as a preface, if anyone's listening to this while they're driving, please do not close your eyes and just enjoy listening, and then you can re-listen to it later wholeheartedly. But just be careful and stay aware. All right. Had to do my safety talk.
That's right, your disclosure.
All right. So you ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Take a moment to get comfortable. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze. Breathe, soften, and release any tension that no longer serves you. Breathe in and breathe out, and imagine any tightness softening and releasing as you exhale. As you soften and release tension, begin to listen for your breath. Imagine now you're creating the sounds of ocean waves with your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. As you listen and focus on your breathing, you can place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly if you like. Continue breathing and allow a sense of gratitude and love to wash over your entire body. Thank your body for doing all the things it does for you. As you breathe this love and appreciation in and out for yourself, now direct it towards your horse. Imagine your horse is right in front of you, eager to connect with you in your imagination right now. You can imagine you're on a beach, in a magical wooded forest, or in your most favorite space together. Continue breathing and notice how your horse is breathing. Do your best to sync up with their breath. If they invite you to ride, you find you can mount up with ease and feel the most connected you've ever felt before. If they want you to stay close to them on the ground, you feel as if you're the most graceful dance partner with an imaginary magnet connecting your hearts as you move shoulder to shoulder. Feel how your horse moves effortlessly in the most powerful and playful way with you. You feel calm, connected, and completely confident with each other. You can feel how your horse is so proud of you in this very moment as you experiment with different moves together, either on their back or on the ground. You're able to visualize different moves that you've never done together, and your horse willingly and gracefully adjusts immediately with your thoughts. You feel supple, powerful, energized, and the most happy you've ever felt with your horse. You begin to raise one hand over your head in a fist and start to pump it gently. This is your way of saying to the universe, to your heart, and to your horse, I love my life. I am so grateful for all that I get to do right now. I am having a blast, and it's so easy to tap into this level of fun. Now relax your hand and breathe in and breathe out. Thank your horse for this amazing time together. Let them know that you're eager to continue these feelings the next time you see them in real time. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and be proud that you've taken a few minutes to cultivate a more connected and successful relationship with your horse. Remember, you are powerful, and may the horse be with you always. There you go. How'd that feel, Joyce?
Beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful again.
And only again just minutes. And if people just do this a few minutes a day, woo-hoo, it'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun, and you will be amazed how you can connect. I mean, I had all three of them connect right away because they were all three. I want to be there too, and they were all three so loving and giving kisses and just saying, let's just live in the present moment right now, and they wanted to just enjoy all of us together because the three of them like to be together, and they just all came. And they were just so calm, and it was such a peaceful feeling. Just total love and peace is what I would call it, and I loved it, and kindness. Oh, it was beautiful again, Beth.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I love hearing that. That's fantastic.
Oh, well, it was really neat. I can visualize with my horses, and they come. I mean, immediately. They're right there. Though my older horse came first with kisses, and my big horse that I didn't know liked the beach came running from the beach and said, I'm coming, and my mare was like, I'm right here. So yeah, it is just awesome. You connect so much. Now I can't wait to go out and give them all a hug and say thanks for that beautiful co-creative dance we had by just being in the present moment together.
No. I love it.
Oh, Beth, that was fun. That was absolutely beautiful, and that is so neat because the listeners can go and listen to this podcast, and they can do that visualization just so simply, just like that, and it just takes you into a whole new another world with them. It is beautiful. Thank you so much, Beth. That was incredible. Incredible.
Awesome. You're welcome. My pleasure. Yeah, I love doing this.
Oh, I do too. Well, and I know we touched on it for a moment, but please remind all of our listeners how they can connect with you so they can get involved in the different classes you have and your book and everything that you're doing for helping other people. What is the best ways that they can connect with you, Beth?
Oh, the best way is just to simply go to my website, inspiredriding.com. So just go there, and then there's plenty of things to check out. You'll see the menu tab has the products, the programs. If you click on that, you'll see the featured courses, and then, of course, my book's there. And then the free resources, you'll see the 10-day visualization that I mentioned. And then you can also join the Facebook group if you want to connect with other inspired riders. And then if you want support, there's the private Inspired Riding Connection group. And then, of course, I have ongoing my 12-week Brave in the Saddle program where we take all the magic together and we get you feeling super confident with all the tools that I have to offer. It's really a beautiful program, so I encourage people to check that out as
well. Oh, definitely. Oh, thank you so much, Beth. This was just incredible. I loved every minute of it, and I loved the visualization we did. I just feel totally revived and ready to take on the whole week. Thank you so much.
My job is complete.
That's right. You did awesome. You did perfect, girl. Thank you so much for being on my show again today. And listeners, Beth will be back in February, too, and be sure to tune in as she shares more of her knowledge with you. And, Beth, you have a magical day and have a great time with your horses today.
Thanks so much for having me, Joyce. You enjoy your day, too.
Thank you so much. You are so welcome. And I want to thank all of our listeners for listening to this absolutely amazing interview with our incredible monthly diva, Beth Lauren Parrish. Please share the show with all your family and friends and check out all the hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Have a magical day, and remember, tell your horses thank you and show your gratitude towards them. Be kind to all, give your animals all a great big extra hug, and share your love with them. Until we connect again on Robust Lifestyle, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.